Michael, clearly a tough day for your team. How do you reflect on it?
Obviously the damage was done in the first 30 minutes with the 2 goals in quick succession. Yeah, and it's one of those where I thought you try and make an impact obviously at half time by bringing the new fresh players on the pitch, and by the way I thought they did that, and that was the one. Well, there's a couple of positives from the day. Certainly the subs made an impact and made us better, but obviously then going down to 10 men, it takes the sting out of it a little bit. I could have quite easily have took another striker off and been a little bit solid, but I felt at 2-0, if we did score a goal, we hadn't really asked enough questions, but if we did score a goal, then all of a sudden you see a different side to the opposition, or you'd like to think so. But yeah, tough day. Like I said, we never recovered from that. Getting the sending off didn't help. We were always chasing the game after that, and yeah, it almost became inevitable.
What did you make of the 2 goals you conceded in the first half?
Yeah, they were poor, obviously. Poor errors. I mean, obviously we got a 2v2 situation in the wide areas, and we get done by a little give and go. Whether we were unfortunate and they were fortunate with it going through obviously Tom Anderson's legs and Toby's legs, I'm not too sure. Don't know if it was good play from them or poor play from us. But then obviously the second one, just getting wrestled off the ball, getting manhandled off the ball, not winning your duels, and obviously again the shot's gone through legs. But you earn your luck, and they earned the luck today, and we didn't.
Triple change at half time, you don't see that too often, so clearly not happy.
No, I wasn't happy. Made my feelings clear. The reality is, to win any game of football, you need to give yourself an opportunity by competing first and foremost. Forget how you play and systems and formations and principles. If you don't compete and you lose as many duels and 50-50s as we did in that first half, then it's going to be difficult. So it was a no-brainer for me making as many changes. I did think about obviously doing 4 or 5, but you've got to then think about later in the game with injuries, etc. But like I said, that there was 2 positives from the game. The substitutions we made at half-time, they made an impact. We got a bit of momentum going, and to be fair, the fans kept going and stuck behind us. They could have quite easily gone once that 3rd goal went in, and even when we went down to 10 men, but they stuck by the players, and they were the 2 positives they can only take from the game.
What did you make of the red card for Will Boyle?
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly caught him, but I don't think it's intentional. I think the reason he's been sent off is because it happened so quickly after the first booking. I think that's the reason why he's been sent off. The reason I say that is it's been 2 other occasions. Obviously, John's got hit in the face, and Lloydie's been forearm smashed with 2 hands instead of 1 later in the game, and it wasn't even a booking, never mind a free kick. So yeah, from that point of view, I think what didn't help was, like I say, how quick the incident took place from the first one to the second one, and it almost made it easy for the referee. Obviously the crowd made it easier for him as well. So yeah, really disappointing, but yeah, that wasn't the reason we lost the game. It made it really difficult for us, but that wasn't the reason we lost the game. We lost the game because we didn't compete in the first half.
You mentioned the town fans who travelled here in such terrific numbers, over 1,000 of them. They saw a lot of disappointing performances last season, so you feel for them turning up in such great numbers for the first away game and seeing a performance, a result like this.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I've just said it. We were miles off it in that sort of first period of the game, and just like I say, to give yourself a chance, you've got to be competitive. And last week we were really good at that against a really physical side. We were really competitive and give ourselves an opportunity to try and win the game, and we haven't done that today. I think once you go behind, certainly in the manner that we did, don't concede the second, and don't concede the second so quickly, and get a foothold in the game. And we've got enough experienced players on the pitch to be able to do that, and obviously that didn't transpire.
Goes without saying, you need a positive reaction now at Grimsby in the League Cup on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this next period is quite a good thing, I think, because I can stand in and talk about what we didn't do well all day, but ultimately, you want the opportunity to put it right. And even me saying to the players, I can talk to the players and talk about our deficiencies and what we can do better and should do better, but I'd rather them show me. Talk's cheap. I want to see action, and the fact that we have got a lot of Saturday, Tuesday games gives us the opportunity to try and put a performance to bed that wasn't clearly good enough today.
Just finally, you spoke yesterday about the possibility of adding to the squad in the next week or so. Is that something that might happen? You're getting closer? Yeah,
I think one potentially could happen in the next couple of days or so. But again, you see performances like that today, and it makes you wonder how many changes you do need to make and how many signings you do need to make. So, and I don't say that lightly, but the reality is we all have to take responsibility. There's two ways of looking at it. I either take responsibility for picking the wrong players today, or the players who played take responsibility for not putting the performance in. And you'll probably find it somewhere in between. So obviously we've all got to look at ourselves.
Thanks for your time, Michael.
Cheers.